So yesterday we got our official first trailer for Avengers Doomsday, focusing on the announcement of the return of Chris Evans to the role of Steve Rogers for the film. We see him where he left off in the end of Avengers Endgame, with him going back in time to live his life with Peggy Carter, have a kid, and eventually lead into the events of Doomsday. But with all those things that we saw comes a lot of complaints, especially from fans. The biggest complaint we've seen about this one is that it's nostalgia slop, that they're bringing back these actors such as Chris Evans to just basically get older fans to the theaters and such. And in a way it is working. It's getting a lot of popularity, especially on social media. The impact is there. So the other big complaint, which is the main topic of the video, is in relation to Sam Wilson, which we've known for a couple of years is now the MCU's Captain America.
I'm sorry, wait, who are you? Captain America.
And the big situation is that with the return of Steve Rogers, Sam is now being sidelined and undermined and probably going back to the role of the Falcon in the movie. But before you get into all of that, I just want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas or Merry Christmas Eve, whatever you are when this video gets uploaded. So just have a good time with your friends, with your family, and happy holidays. So, and don't forget to subscribe and leave a like. Tell me if you enjoyed this content. If you want to see more videos on Avengers Doomsday from me. Now, I do not think that's going to happen. I'm just going to tell you guys out loud I don't think it is, and I'm going to give you a lot of reasons. So bear with me.
All right, let's do this one last time.
Where was it initially set up that Sam would become the MCU's Captain America? Avengers Endgame. And who directed Avengers Endgame? The Russo brothers. In the end of the film, we saw Old Man Steve giving Sam the shield. And from there on, we eventually knew that Sam would eventually become Captain America in the MCU. Then a couple of years later, we had the second MCU TV show, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which was basically a full arc of Sam becoming Captain America. We saw in the start of the show, Sam did not feel like he was up to the job as Captain America, so he gave the shield to the government. With the government not having the shield, they eventually made a new Captain America in John Walker, who is now the US agent in the MCU. So by the end of that show, we saw John Walker getting demoted from being Captain America and Sam being Captain America on his own accord. No involvement from the government. He got back the shield and became Captain America on his own. And then, just this year, we got Captain America Brave New World, his first official movie entry as Captain America. We all know wasn't really all that great. I think it's a fine film, but I think that story could have been a lot more thriller-like, just like the themes from the Falcon and Winter Soldier show in Captain America the Winter Soldier. And by the way, I need Sam to go back to the white suit. I think it's much better than the new one he got. But let's get into the Avengers Doomsday part of things. So everyone's been complaining and saying that Steve, now coming back, will be taking the shield back from Sam, and Steve will be back as Captain America while Sam will now go back to the Falcon. Once again, do I think that's gonna happen? As I just explained to you guys, there was 5 minutes, then a whole show, then a whole movie setting up Sam becoming Captain America and still having some doubts in whether he should have taken the serum, stuff like that. If Marvel and the Russos were that stupid to reverse every piece of development that Sam has had since Endgame and make him be the Falcon again, would be a huge disservice to the character and to the actor. There's been multiple times in the comics where Steve Rogers and Sam Wilson have both been Captain America at the same time. There's actually a very good comic panel that represents that, where Sam and Steve are talking to someone and Steve says, he's Captain America, I'm just Steve nowadays. I hope that scene gets recreated in the movie. I hope it is, just to shut up the doubters and the people that were complaining. But that shows that Steve and Sam have both been Captain America in multiple occasions at the same time. So who do you think wouldn't let Sam go back to being the Falcon and take back the shield? Steve Rogers. Steve Rogers is the character that would not let that happen. Neither would Sam. Sam would definitely not just give back the shield because he's Captain America on his own accord, and he was officially declared Captain America by Steve, but Steve himself would not do that. Steve trusted Sam to become Captain America, and Steve said at the end that he trusts him, and that's why the shield is his.
That's why it's yours.
Sam was made Captain America because Steve trusted in him, and Sam and Steve either way would not let such a thing like that happen. He would not come back after years of being in the past to just return, take back the shield, he's Captain America and Sam is Falcon. He would not do that. Never do that. So Steve or Sam would not let that happen. So that would not happen. If anything, Steve would be respecting Sam as Captain America. That's a decision that he made himself to trust Sam to be Captain America, and that's what Sam is showing in the MCU for the last couple of years. So that would not happen. Those two would do what in the comics happened, where they will be Captain America at the same time. There's no Steve as Captain America and Sam as Falcon now. There's none of that. And let's not forget, at the end of Captain America Brave New World, the last black screen ended with saying Captain America will return. And in the new Doomsday trailer, this said Steve Rogers will return in Avengers Doomsday, just making that big difference. If anything, Sam will be Captain America and Steve Rogers will be Steve Rogers. It's that simple. So that let's not overcomplicate things. Sam is Captain America, Steve is Steve Rogers. That simple. It should be that simple, but people are ignorant and just don't care. So here I might shut them up. So in general, what do I think it's gonna happen? I think something involving Steve would happen. Steve will go back in time, forward in time, whatever, back to the future to warn the new Avengers, Sam Wilson and everything. And he would not take the mantle back. He would work alongside Sam because he trusted him and he knows that Sam is his own man. He's Captain America now. Jesus Christ, this fandom annoys me sometimes. That's just what I think is going to happen in Avengers Doomsday. I still don't think they're going to make that stupid of a decision to make Sam go back to being the Falcon and Steve will go back to being the main Captain America. It's something that has happened multiple times in the past where they both work side by side. It's not a very far-fetched idea. It's obvious that's going to happen. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, and comment below what you think of this. And if you actually think that Steve Rogers will take back the mantle of Sam Wilson as Captain America. So, I'm George. Peace out. Take care.